Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with Volume 19. We are getting further and further into the Alabasta arc. This covers chapters 167 to 176. So this is right at, let's see. So this is like, right, Luffy and such are still walking through the desert. We get introduced to Pell and Chaka, the king's like right-hand men. So around that point, it goes all the way up until Chopper and Sanji rescue the crew from the jail, and they start riding that crab thing. So, a lot of plot in this particular volume. Not quite as much. There's not zero character growth, but it's a lot. It's definitely taking a backseat to the plot in this moment. A lot of devil fruit powers being finally revealed here. We get the actual reveal of what Crocodile's power is. It's like the sand fruit or something. So basically, he has the powers of the desert. So not only can he drain the water out of someone, but he can even turn his body into sand. So extremely powerful devil fruit, very OP. Definitely going to be interesting to see how Luffy works around that whenever he gets to his final battle with him. Speaking of Crocodile, while we're at him, he's just this was some of the really cool characterization in this volume. Just the general cruelty that he has. Like, he's like a maniacal laughing villain without the maniacal laughing part. Like, he has that kind of attitude. He's just very cruel towards the people who are in his way, which definitely fits with what he's trying to do and who he is. And it also makes sense that he pisses off Luffy beyond belief. There is no honor here with Crocodile. He is just a scheming, underhanded bastard, and Luffy needs to punch him in the face real good. So, looking forward to that. Back to the devil fruit powers. We got Pell's falcon power. Dude can turn into a falcon. That's pretty fucking cool. Fucking Animorph shit. Loving that. And he's super powerful. Yeah, Bell and Chaka turned out to be surprisingly interesting characters with their steadfast loyalty to the king and such. And what else? We finally got the reveal of Miss All Sunday's power, the flower fruit. So she can sprout appendages out of not just herself apparently, but out of other people. Like, that was one of the little bit of side tangent. This was the first volume where I really had to stare at the action panels and really try to discern what was actually happening, just because they're so complex. Usually Oda is really good about making it clear what exactly is going on, but I think it's more so that the intricacy of the powers themselves are making the panels more complex. Or maybe I'm just dumb. But I had to read over a few panels to see exactly how her powers worked. Definitely a very interesting power. Especially, like, not only can she grow them on himself, but apparently she can grow them on other people. At least that's what I think was happening. So, again, a very OP power. Very interested to see how the specificities of how that works, and how that will work in combat going forward, what kind of scenarios that will create. Again, Oda's just a wellspring of creativity and just ideas. So many ideas is one of the reasons why I love this series so much. So yeah, a lot of new devil fruit powers. We got a little bit more into the actual plot of how this whole revolution thing is going down. A lot of moving parts to this one. Again, it feels... I mentioned this last volume, but again, it feels a little bit like Hunter x Hunter in how many different moving parts there are all connecting together in different ways. So, that's kind of interesting. Like all the different armies moving around. The King's army is going to Rain Base. The Rebel army is going to the capital. Luffy's also... Luffy and crew were at Rain Base. Now they're heading to the capital. Just so many... There's the... I like to call it controlled chaos, what Oda does. Because shit's just hitting the fan all over the place. Like, there are so many different individual events happening. And surprisingly, I'm not losing track of anything so far. Except there was one thing that I think purposefully he made me lose track of for a better reveal, but we'll get to that later. But, yeah, there's just this absolute chaos going on, but each part has a purpose. Like when Bon Clay goes into the rebel city disguised as the king and shoots Koza, creates a riot, and then immediately a ship rams into the port and creates all this chaos and just shit's flying everywhere, and then it calms down a little bit, and then the rebels find out that the ship is full of weapons, and they just take those weapons and head to the capital, because obviously Crocodile sent it there, and just so many cool little things being put together brick by brick, creating this gigantic climax that apparently is going to go on for another 4 or 5 volumes. At least 5 volumes, I think. 4 or 5, whatever. But, yeah, we're in for the long haul with this one. This is a big, beefy arc, and we're just getting into it. Yeah, and so, yeah, we had the reveal, the Bon Clay disguising himself as the king was the big move with his clone fruit. Pretty obvious choice, but, I mean, if you have the obvious choice and it fits well, then just go with the obvious choice. But there, again, it was satisfying in how the details of it, like how, I'm trying to think. Like how he framed it as though the king was sacrificing the city to save the rest of the kingdom. Which, for people who actually know the king, they know that's something he would never do. But on the outside, it seems like something that a leader would do. So, very interesting setup and such here. Also interested in seeing where that one kid who saw Bon Clay de-transform, we'll see what happens with him since he got basically knocked out. And then the second half of this volume was basically Luffy and friends stuck in a cage. Again, playing into Crocodile's cruelty. He throws the key to the cage into the gator pen, forces Vivi to go after it. But then it wasn't the real key anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. They all would have died. Again, surprised to see Mr. 3 come back. He stuck himself inside the wax ball, inside the gator's stomach so he would live. But, and then immediately, I think it was Usopp who suggested it. He's like, hey, he can bust us out. And Sanji's like, oh, really? And the paneling for that was just really great, too. Let me see if I can find that specific moment. I think somewhere around here. Yeah, so, Sanji's about to kick his ass, and then Usopp's like, he can make a duplicate. And then just the slow comedic delivery of it all just really worked. And then... Again, there are some really strong action panels here as well. Like, just Sanji kicking a gator in the stomach. So fucking good. I think I've gotten over how indestructible these characters are. Like, these are clearly just super-powered maniacs going at it. So, I'm well beyond trying to inject realistic fight scenes into this. This just crazy shit happening. They are super strong. That's the end of the discussion. And that... Oh, and that was the misdirect I was talking about earlier. Like, as this volume went on, I completely forgot about Sanji and Chopper, that they were kind of just left in the marketplace when everyone else went up to Rain Base and got captured. Very smart of Oda to not have them mention them while they were trapped. None of the dialogue referenced the fact that Sanji or Chopper were outside of the cage until Sanji calls him on the snail transponder. So it was like, I had completely forgotten that they were on the outside, and now they're planning stuff to help them get in. Just a really strong misdirect. And again, I read this in the course of like a couple hours, like in between sporadically doing chores. So it's not like it was weeks. So imagine what it was like weeks on weeks waiting for this, completely forgetting that Sanji and Chopper exist. So really strong reveal there. Not just with Sanji, but with Chopper coming in on a giant crab that the camel he was riding happened to be friends with. And also some really cool misdirect within the series as well. He runs off. Crocodile's chasing after Chopper, and then he turns a corner, and Chopper turns back into a little Chopper, and Crocodile doesn't know that's a thing, so he keeps running off in that direction. So cool little feint there. Yeah, a lot of plot happening in this one. Again, still a lot of there is a lot of characterization as well, but this is definitely, all the gears are turning, everything's starting to mesh together, and it's all heading towards the point of heading to the capital for the big battle. See how much bloodshed actually happens. I couldn't predict what exactly is going to happen. Maybe they'll get there in time. Maybe they won't, and some people will die. Maybe only one of the named characters will die. Who knows? But I think, aside from, again, just some really solid comedy bits, just generally a really strong chapter, or strong volume. Just absolutely compelling start to finish. Never slowed down. The chaos is building up. Again, my only complaints are some of the action panels were a little hard to read, but not too big an issue. So that's about it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below if you feel so inclined. Volume 20 will probably come out tomorrow. Well, it will definitely come out tomorrow. If I have time, I might do a bonus video of something, but who knows? I have no clue. I'm trying to figure out some other content to add to this channel on top of the daily One Piece videos, because I want this to be more than just One Piece. I want this to be whatever idea happens to enter my head. But until then, my name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.